All right, chat's back tomorrow. Steve, let's go over the breaking story. We just talked to KTAR legal analyst, Barry Marks. And this is all about the homeless encampment in downtown Phoenix. It's called The Zone. And, as I always say, we need to separate what's happening at The Zone with a lot of other situations with homeless people. Okay? So, some people who are homeless are just down on their luck. They lost an apartment because they jacked up the rent $700.
House got foreclosed on.
Cancer diagnosis, who knows, right? Then they had to pay a
Veteran,
bill. Yeah.
going through issues.
Yeah. At The Zone, it is drugs, mental illness. People are talking to themselves down there.
Not every person, but many.
Many.
And
we were down there and watched it happen. There was a pimp. There was a young prostitute. Oh gosh, it made
crack.
Okay,
saw
drug
crack.
use. Yeah. Okay. So the Maricopa County Superior Court ruled that Phoenix is a disgrace. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. Phoenix created and maintained a public nuisance. That is what the Maricopa County Superior Court judge said. This is a crushing blow to Phoenix because it proves that they didn't care about the homeless people. They didn't care that the zone was getting worse, and they didn't care about the business owners down there. They didn't care that drugs were taking place. They didn't care about crime. A body was burned in a dumpster. A fetus was burned in a dumpster. And what the courts are saying now is, listen, you knew this was going on. And what you did was you created and maintained a public nuisance, and so now we're going to rule against you. Listen, shame on the city of Phoenix. This is their fault. I've been saying this forever. And what happened today? A judge basically just said the same thing. So what do we got? They got to clean it up by November 4th.
Yeah, that's a deadline.
Good.
So I was doing some math in my head, just really quick, right? Mm-hmm. So the cleanup of the zone started officially on May 10th this year.
May 10th.
That is 4 months and 10 days ago.
They haven't gotten much done.
4.5 months. And today, interestingly enough, before this ruling came out, we heard the story that Phoenix says they're halfway done. They got half of the zone cleaned up downtown. Okay, so let's do some math. If we're 4 months and 10 days in and they're halfway done, but the deadline to finish this, according to the court, is 1.5 months from now, they have a month and a half to do 4 months worth of work. They're going to have to pick up the pace dramatically if they're going to get this thing done on deadline.
Better get your act together. And we also heard today from Arizona Senate President Warren Peterson. And we said, listen, you're down there. You see the zone. You think it's being cleaned up. And I don't remember his exact words. We can get the cut a little bit later today. Pablo, we'll probably grab that. I think it was interesting. Basically, what he said was, doesn't look like it's being cleaned up very much.
He said it's migrating.
Yeah.
He said it's moving. Which is not completely unheard of, right? I mean, that happens. But ultimately, it's going to stay relatively close to the same area because that's where the shelters are.
Right.
That's where they get their food. That's where they get the most support. Can I read you an interesting paragraph of the ruling?
I'd love to be read to.
I think this really sums up what the judge is trying to say, right?
Yeah.
The city of Phoenix shall maintain its public property in the zone in a condition that is free of tents and other makeshift structures. So they're saying no more tents on public streets or on the sidewalks.
Can I take a guess?
Get rid of the tents.
Can I take a guess what's also in here?
Okay, go ahead.
Feces.
Biohazardous materials, including human feces and urine.
There you go.
Drug paraphernalia.
Yeah.
And other trash.
Yep.
They're saying get rid of the tents, get rid of the structures, get rid of the couches that we saw, the basically makeshift living rooms people were creating on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Get rid of the drugs, get rid of the basically human waste on the street. And it also says individuals committing offenses against the public order. Anybody committing a crime. The judge is basically saying to the city of Phoenix and to its police department, do your job.
I don't know if they can say that to the Phoenix PD because the Phoenix PD's been told not to go down there.
Well, the court is saying you have to.
No, I get it. So
who do you listen to?
No, I know.
Your
but
bosses at the city of Phoenix or a court judge?
Yeah, no, I get it. And again, I mean, I really do feel for these people. These folks are lost down there, man. If you haven't been down there, they just are. Now, I don't know if they were, born mental illness or the drugs fried their brain or what have you. But it's a really sad thing. And I wish everybody could get help. The first time I went down there, the first thing I said on the air when we were talking about it, no human being should live like that. No human being should live like that. And the city of Phoenix didn't care and let them live like that. And that's sad.